Hey, Guy Fox here. Today I got a review of Chris Harris Jr., the Team Diamond, the man on your right. 86 speed on him, unfortunately. 92 agility, acceleration at 85, jump 85, play rec 92, man coverage 91, zone coverage 91, press at 87. He's 5'10", so he's the 90 overall with those stats. Now, is that glitchy? No, not at all. I value speed so much in my like skill positions, linebackers, DBs, wide receivers, halfbacks, tight ends, so on and so forth. 86 speed for a top end corner for somebody that's going for like about 340, 350 right now. Man, it's rough. And you could say, oh, maybe he makes up for it in zone and man, oh man, the man is not good enough. Like I know there's talk about threshold being a 90 or whatever this year and stuff, but like. Watch this, like, there's such separation right here. I mean, that's just straight speed separation. So, unfortunately, like, a lot of corners, high-end corners, I feel like you should, even though this ends up well for me, I feel like you do need that speed in man coverage again this year. Although man coverage does matter, like the actual stat, I do think it does play a difference. So you're going to see a lot of him like making tackles and stuff in the zones because a lot of players I go against are pretty good players. They're not going to really test out your corners in like jump ball situations. So you're not going to see a lot of like jump ball situations in this game with him. And the thing is like, all right, I have seen him in jump ball situations fail me badly. And it's utterly disappointing when you play for a guy and the one thing that you expect out of him for his 91 zone coverage, really swat the ball, break on it, make plays for you in zone, and he doesn't do it. And he kind of gets spec caught over or something like that. It's a little disappointing when you see that happen. But Chris Harris Jr., I feel like this card is probably the most disappointing card I've used in Madden 19. Like, he's just invisible for a lot of the game. And his tackling is fine. Don't get me wrong. You see him make a lot of wrap-up tackles. I don't think tackling is going to be an issue for him this year. Getting off the block, or tackling for anybody, really. Getting off the block is kind of his issue. Like, you're going to see him going up against a few, if we're talking about run stuff. Like, he could take down dudes bigger than him, but he just can't get off the block against anybody with any kind of run blocking. Like, right there. What the hell is that kind of play? Like, why is he not playing that corner in a cover 4 corner? Like, did they put in logic specifically only for cover 3s? There's a nice little, he was the one who got pressure, so he blitzed off the corner. He didn't get that pick, though. That was Amos on the pick, obviously. But yeah, corner blitz, he got home. Okay, big whoop. Anybody with 86 speed would have got home for that. So there I am making a fool and coming back and make the tackle with that. So, unfortunately, like, he wasn't a playmaker for me. He couldn't hold man coverage very well. Like, so, like, he would normally match up against, like, the number 1 or number 2, and generally they'd be faster than him. Like, there's no way Chris Harris Jr. can match up with Randy Moss. Like, if you're going to pay this amount of coins for a corner, he should be able to match up at least somewhat decently with one of the best receivers in the game. But it was just brutal. Like, you would just get absolutely toasted. I mean, you could say, oh, it's Randy Moss. No corner could keep up with him. And that's true. True to an extent. But the extent that he gets toasted by non-Randy Mosses, by like regular dudes, it's I don't know, frustrating that he'd be that one. So there's a nice little man coverage. I think that was maybe thrown a little bit behind him, so that was fine. If it's thrown behind him, he's not going to make a play on it. Or, sorry, behind the receiver, so Harris was able to make a play on it. And, like, zone rules. Like, he was in a cover 4, and that was, like, must have been a cover 4 beater, so he got beaten over the top. Like, he's not going to play that any better than any other card with similar or higher zone. So the 91 zone coverage kind of wasted there. If it's playing the same as, like, 70 zone coverage against cover 4 beaters. But if you go against poor opponents who will test your corners, I think Chris Harris is fine. He will make some nice jumps for you. Obviously not with the high jumping or not high zone coverage or anything. Cover 2, he doesn't really collapse on it very well in that situation. But I mean, that was hard flats against it. You're not going to collapse anyways. So Chris Harris, nice knockdown. He didn't really get many picks. His run stuffing was kind of mediocre. He didn't get off blocks very well. That should have been a pick there. He decided to swat it instead. Went for a lot of swats instead of going for the ball too much. He's got play ball in the air aggressive, so I don't believe any of those traits that aggressive means anything because I don't see him being aggressive for the ball. I don't see him going for it. I just don't believe in it. But maybe there's something to play ball aggressive. Maybe there isn't. He's got big hitter, no strips ball, yes, which is perfectly logical for a cornerback to have no big hitter. There is, basically the end zone kind of took that out. So I don't know if you guys see any clips here. Like, this isn't impressive to me. Like, this is something like, look how late it took him to break on that ball. It was within 10 yards of the receiver before he broke on the ball. That absolutely embarrassing to me. In my opinion, that was absolutely terrible. There he is, actually wrapping up that tackle there, number 25 there. So I don't know. I do not recommend getting this card at all. I think there are many other high-end corners that are much better. Maybe just corners in themselves. Like, look at how long he gets locked there. Like, if he sheds that at all, we got a chance of stopping that 4th down. If he sheds it within the first 5 seconds of that block, we may have had a chance there. But no, he just, like, once again, there he was locked. I don't know if you guys saw that on the block. Just absolutely locked down by any blocking whatsoever. So, there he's getting spun out. Man, unimpressive. Get yourself like a Ramsey or a Pat Pete. I had a much better experience with Patrick Peterson than this card, even though they're the same speed. I don't know, it's really weird. Maybe it's because Harris was playing against better receivers. I don't know. But anyways, out of 10, I'm going to give him a 7. I hate him. Too expensive. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.